We're going to move forward to item number G, City Manager's comments and update on city operations. Mr. Olson?
Thank you, Mayor. The first thing I'd like to report on this morning is our lake levels. As you know, we've had an excessive amount of rain the last week or so, and Lake Corpus Christi is completely full. In fact, is over full, and we're discharging water. We think that over the next week or so, there'll be another 30,000 acre feet that will come into the lake beyond its capacity, and so we'll need to be released. I think we have 5 gates open this morning, releasing water so that we don't overtop the reservoir itself. And what that means is there is going to be some flooding downstream. Today or tomorrow we expect to close Labonte Park. We think that there'll probably be about a half a foot of water in that park by probably the end of the day, certainly by tomorrow morning. Lake Texana is 104% full, and the combined index of our water supplies is at 77.1% this morning.
And that includes?
That includes all of our lakes and, well, what we have online at this point.
Okay.
Which brings me to the point that because of all the rain, there have been delays in the construction of the Mary Roads pipeline. It's kind of a balancing system because you've got water filling up in the lakes, but the same rain that's filling the reservoirs is stopping the construction. So at this point in time, we're probably about 2 months behind the last schedule we gave you in terms of being able to actually operate the pipeline.
Could you repeat that percentage again of the combination of the lakes? You said 70?
The index that we've talked to the council about, that index is at 77.1%.
Wow. Thank you.
I just wanted to mention our police department is joining law enforcement across the state for the next couple of weeks, doing an extensive enforcement activity on seat belts. They call it the click it or ticket.
Watched them this morning.
I would suggest you buckle your seat belt.
Yeah.
Because there will be a more aggressive effort at enforcing that particular law over the next couple of weeks. Do we have Belinda here? Oh, come on, stand up here for a second, Belinda. Michael Armstrong retired last week. He has served the city extremely well. I wish I was here to be able to say that to him last week. We hired Belinda Mercado, what's it been, a little bit more than a year ago now. And when we hired her with the intent of having her succeed Michael. And now that he's retired, Belinda has stepped up as the Director of Municipal Information Services. She's been doing a great job. We expect she will continue to do a great job, and you have a minute to say something.
Thank you very much. Very, very happy to be here. Look forward to a great, wonderful career with the City of Corpus Christi. Lots of fun to come.
Thank you very much for your hard work and for your leadership. You have done so much in such a short amount of time, and we're very grateful for you and your team.
Thank you.
And also I want to have a point that also she's a good leader at TML. She serves on the State Texas Municipal League Board of Directors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do want to mention the PlanCC effort that's going on. And we had a kind of a comprehensive presentation to the City Council several weeks ago, and we had a kickoff of public input. I forget what it's been, a week or 2 ago now on a Saturday. There's a lot of input coming into that plan. There is some confusion that I'm hearing about the intent of it, and what I want to emphasize this morning is that we welcome, we're in a citizen input phase of the plan. We welcome the input. We want to hear from people. Part of the confusion I'm hearing is that the plan is going to be an anti-growth or a no-growth plan, and I just want to say that that is absolutely not the case. There may be some language in there, I don't know yet, that seems to lean in that direction, but that is not the intent of the plan. And this phase of the plan is intended to get the input, get the language correct the way we need to get it, and bring it back before the city council so that the council can adopt the plan that you want to see. So there's lots of process left. There's plenty of opportunity for input. And let me just mention 4 different ways that people can give input to the plan and make sure their voice is heard on it. One is through the PlanCC website, which is www.plancc2035.com. Another way is to email Annika Gunning at her email address at the city's website, which you get on the city's website, you can find her very easily. Another one is to mail or deliver letters or to Annika Gunning at Development Services, email or actual letters that are delivered. And then comment sheets are available at all of the city's libraries that can be turned in there and relayed on to the people who are working on this plan. So there's plenty of opportunity for people to give their input, and we welcome it. And all of that input will be considered respectfully and included in the plan and brought back to the city council, probably in about 2 months, for further consideration by the city council. And then the final thing I wanted to mention this morning is this coming Saturday we will have the 3rd annual City of Corpus Christi motorcycle ride. This is a city employee morale activity that we started a couple of years ago. We will do that again this Saturday. We will ride in honor of Chief Simpson, who was a key part of helping that activity get started, and of course he loved to ride motorcycles, so this year we will dedicate our annual ride to him. We will meet here at 8 o'clock in the City Hall parking lot, and this year's ride will basically be around the bay. We will end up back here, as we always have, at a local restaurant for lunch, and all city employees and their friends are welcome to participate. That's all I have this morning, Mayor.
Mrs. Rubio asked what time?
The motorcycle ride? It'll be leaving at 8 o'clock out of the City Hall parking lot.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a great report. And I was able to pull up Ms. Gunning's email address for those. We're still in the public input process on the city planning, the comprehensive plan. So Annika C. Gunning, her email is ANNIKA, G as in good, at cctexasspelledout.com. Really appreciate the report, Mr. Olson. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go ahead
Mayor,
and...
I had a quick question.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. The question I had on it, Ron, on the combined lake levels, how is that translated towards our drought stage 2? I know that we have to be 15 days above 50%, and I know you're talking about a combined index.
Right. The 77% is the combined index, which we developed earlier this year in order to give a more comprehensive picture of our water supplies. The drought index itself is measured against the Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon levels. So, as you said, in order to move from
Stage 2 to 1, we would have
from
to be
stage 2 to 1,
15
we have
days.
to sustain 50% for at least 15 days. If we do not get more rain, our best estimate today is that when the waters finish flowing that are still coming down the river, we'll be at 50%. Unless we get more rain, we will not be able to sustain 50% for 15 days.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the weather forecast, odds are very good we're going to get some additional rain.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you for the clarity on that. Thank you, Mayor.
What is the combined level of the percentage? Does anyone have that for Choke Canyon and for Lake Corpus Christi?
I don't have the breakout. I can
Do you have
tell
that,
you
Mr.
that.
Van Vleck?
Do you have it, Mark?
Yeah. Mr. Scott has, do you have that information?
I thought it was 49.
Yeah,
It's 49.8,
okay.
which is why
You look good.
but there's not much more coming down the Frio River, and that's really all that's left. And so it's actually started tapering off yesterday, which is why we think we're going to come in just about right at 50 or slightly below.
Okay. Thank you very much. I wanted to get the full perspective.
Let me add one other clarification. Some of our staff have been hearing from citizens that a misunderstanding that they think we're doing environmental releases down the river and not retaining the water the way we need to. And I just want to be real clear, that is not what's happening. The water is being released because it's in flood stage, and if we don't let it go, it will top and destroy the dam. So we are releasing it before that happens. However, the water that is going down under flood conditions does in fact count towards our environmental flows, which means that later in the year, we can hold more water back at the reservoir.
Yeah, that is an excellent point. Really appreciate you making that clarification. Okay, thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and move toward public comment.